Welcome to Threshold City. You're listening to Shadows of the Night, a dark urban fantasy novel written by Raven Knight. If you enjoy supernatural mysteries and atmospheric storytelling, consider subscribing so you don't miss the next chapter. Now settle in. Chapter 5, Line of Sight. I didn't wait for Liam to decide. I crossed the street. Evie, he snapped behind me. 2 minutes, I said. If I'm not out, you get loud. That's not reassuring. It's not supposed to be. The house was older than the others on the block. Narrow porch, faded blue paint, windows trimmed in white that had started to peel. Nothing dramatic, nothing theatrical. Normal. That was the problem. I climbed the steps. The porch light was off. I knocked once. Firm, not aggressive. Inside, I heard movement. Slow. Deliberate. No panic scramble. No whispering. Just measured steps. The door opened 3 inches. A chain held it. A woman in her late 60s peered out at me through thick glasses. Hair set. Robe belted tight. Yes, she said. Her voice trembled slightly. Human tremble, not performance. Evening, I said. Sorry to disturb you, I'm with... Police already came by, she cut in quickly. I didn't see anything. I'm not police. Her eyes sharpened. Then who are you? Someone who saw someone at this window a minute ago. She blinked. Confusion registered. Real confusion. No one's been upstairs, she said. It's just me. I held her gaze. Her pupils weren't dilated. Her pulse wasn't racing. No residue in the air behind her. No hum. Nothing. May I asked. She hesitated. Then unhooked the chain. The house smelled like dust and old books. Liam appeared behind me, silent but close enough to intervene. The woman glanced at him. I told the officer. It's fine, he said gently. We just need to confirm something. We moved upstairs. The hallway creaked under our weight. Second door on the left. The room was dark. The curtains were open. Wide. Exactly the way they would be if no one had touched them at all. I stepped inside first. The air was still, stagnant. No warmth near the window. No imprint in the carpet. I crossed to the glass. Looked out. The crime scene glowed under streetlights below. From here, you had a perfect view of the spiral. Of me. But the carpet near the window was undisturbed. Dust settled evenly. No footprints. I crouched, ran my fingers over the sill. Cold, but ordinary cold. Liam leaned in the doorway. Well? No one was standing here. You saw someone. Yes. And she says she's alone. She is. Silence stretched. The woman hovered behind him, clutching her robe. You're not saying this was part of it, she whispered. No, I said gently. You're fine. Her relief was immediate, real, not staged. We escorted her back downstairs. Liam waited until she closed the door before speaking. You're going to tell me you didn't imagine it. I didn't imagine it. Then what? I looked back up at the second-story window. The angle's wrong, I said. For what? For an actual person to see that clearly. He frowned. Explain. The slit opened at chest height. If someone was watching from that window, they'd have been looking slightly downward. And the presence I felt wasn't angled. His brow furrowed deeper. It was level, I said. Level with what? With me. The understanding hit him slowly. You think it wasn't inside the house? No. Then where? I turned slowly in the middle of the sidewalk. The street. The cars. The dark gaps between houses. The power lines above. It was overlay, I said. That's not a word. It is tonight. He dragged a hand over his face. Overlay how? Projection? You mean like a hologram? More like a window. Another tear? No. I shook my head. Not physical. Observational. Someone watched through it. Yes. And you think they wanted you to see them? Yes. Why? Because intimidation is part of measurement. Liam's jaw tightened. You're not intimidated. I looked at him. Don't tell me what I am. He didn't back down. Are you? The honest answer hovered in my throat. Yes, but not in the way he meant. I'm informed, I said instead. That's not the same thing. It's close enough. A uniform approached cautiously. Detective? Liam turned. Yeah. Neighbors are getting restless. Media scanner picked up the call. Of course it did. Public street. Human victim. This was escalation, not mystical spectacle, political pressure. Wrap it tight, Liam said. No ritual language, no speculation. The officer nodded and moved off. I looked down at the asphalt where the spiral had been, already washed faint by residual street grime. No one else would ever know what almost opened there. That victim, Liam said quietly, completely human. Yes. So they don't need special blood. No. They just need you. Yes. He studied me for a long second. You don't think that's ego? No. Because? Because if this was about killing me, I'd be dead. The words came out flat, matter of fact. His silence acknowledged the truth in them. They're studying, I continued. They're learning how I respond to different placements, different materials, different geometries. And what are you learning? That they're patient. And they're not improvising. Liam nodded slowly. Okay, he said. Let's say I believe you. You do? I do, he admitted. What's next? They'll move again. When? When I stop reacting the way they expect. And tonight? I looked back toward the house, toward the empty window. They expected another pulse. You didn't give it to them. No. So they'll adjust. Yes. He exhaled slowly. Then we adjust faster. The wind shifted down the street. Cooler, carrying the faint scent of iron, not from the body, from memory. My hand trembled again, not violently. Just a reminder. They're mapping proximity, I said. First alley, then adjacent street. Closer each time? Yes. How close before they knock on your door? The question settled between us. Heavy. They won't, I said. You can't know that. No, I agreed. But I know this. What? They're not trying to kill me. His eyes hardened. That's not comforting. It should be. Explain. If they wanted me dead, they wouldn't waste data collection. He stared at me. So, what do they want? I held his gaze. To know my limits. And once they know them? I didn't answer immediately, because that part wasn't clear yet. And I don't lie unless it's useful. They'll build something bigger, I said finally. Bigger like what? Something that requires the full measurement. Define full. I thought of the slit in the air, of the calm presence behind it, of the way it hadn't pushed, hadn't lunged, had simply watched. City scale, I said. The word hung there. He didn't laugh, didn't dismiss it. Good. His phone buzzed again. He checked it, expression tightening. Lab says there's residue in the second victim's blood, he said. What kind? They don't know yet. Something metallic. Not common. I felt my pulse slow. Anchor fragments. They're embedding pieces, I said. Pieces of what? Something they're building. He nodded once. Then we find the rest. Yes. And if we can't? Then they finish it. We stood in the street a moment longer. Police lights flashing. Neighbors whispering. The ordinary world trying to digest something it couldn't see. Across the block, a car door closed. I turned sharply. Too late. Just headlights pulling away. Normal sedan. Nothing distinctive. I watched it disappear at the corner. No hum, no tear, just motion. Liam followed my gaze. You think that's connected? Everything tonight is connected. That's paranoia. That's pattern recognition. He studied me carefully. You don't sleep much, do you? Sleep is inefficient. That's not healthy. Neither is bleeding out in the street. He almost smiled. Almost. Come on, he said. Let's move before media shows up. We stepped back under the tape, back into the glow of patrol lights. As we walked, I felt it again. Not a tear, not a slit, just pressure. Distant, faint, satisfied. They'd learned something tonight. So had I. And whoever had watched from that impossible angle, they weren't hiding. They were positioning. If they'd wanted a full breach, this street would be gone. That's the end of this chapter of Shadows of the Night. If you're enjoying the story, make sure to follow the channel so you don't miss the next chapter. New chapters release regularly as the investigation in Threshold City unfolds. And if you have theories about what's really happening beneath the city, I'd love to hear them in the comments. Until next time, stay sharp. Threshold City never sleeps.